everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should become patrons over on Patreon if you guys want to support the channel. So today we are talking about the old lady again. So a couple weeks ago we had a theory that she was a silver-eyed warrior, a maiden, or like we had all of this. So now we actually get to see her. Her name is Maria. My grandmother's name is Maria, so...
I
know it's like a random sort of answer. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Grandmother, love her to death, not as spunky as.
No, definitely not.
She's a motherfucker. Honestly, when I first saw her, it was like she looked stupid, and now I would die for her. I can't reiterate. I've never gone like so 180 on my opinion on a character.
But we're not necessarily talking about her today. What we're really talking about is this sort of scene that's in the intro, because I think there's a lot of symbolism here. Like, she's wearing these glasses, and then, you know, you see RWBY reflected in her eye. I think that's such a really cool shot right
Not only
there.
that, but it pulls through her eye, the camera.
Yeah, and then to RWBY's eye, right? And so I think that's obviously a silver-eyed reference, right?
Silver-eyed.
Yeah, exactly. And so... what do you think about that, Hunter? Because I know we talked about this, and I thought Silver-Eyed was the most...
You thought that she was in the relic, and that's not the case.
It's not. I'm so sad! My relic genie? No. But I had the other theory, right, and a couple other people had this too, that she was...
You ain't never had a friend like me. That would be so amazing.
Was a Silver-Eyed warrior who got her eyes gouged out, and so she's wearing those glasses, or my other idea is that she's wearing those goggles so people don't know that she has silver eyes, right? So she's either blind or she's hiding them, sort of like how Adam wears his mask, right? That was sort of my two leading theories on that. So I feel like that this is definitely sort of confirmation she is a silver-eyed warrior, and she was a silver-eyed warrior that was cut from Volume 5. Because remember, we were supposed to meet one, apparently. That was sort of the rumor that was going around. So I think that it's her. I think this is a really good place to put her, even though it's a little bit random, like the old lady was just happening to stumble upon them, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little Deus Ex, maybe, but you could also argue that this lady is maybe going about her business, and then she sees the relic, like, maybe she's been following them for a long time, you know what I mean? So, it seems a little contrived, but we don't really know what her story is yet. Like, what if, for example, she... was just sort of walking around Mistral, like, before they left Haven, and she saw, you know, Oscar with the relic, and so she was like, oh, and so, you know, she started following them and got on the train, right, or something like, because she intentionally stays behind in the car that the passengers aren't supposed to be in, right, so I feel like that she was either following them, or I don't want to say stalking them, but she saw something, and she had sort of a feeling that Ozpin was around, you know what I mean, and so she's like, Ozpin, right? And I don't know what's going on with my mouth now. I think that I have lip gloss on. I don't usually wear it for our videos because, you know, we have to drink and, like, it just, the mouth movements of it. Anyway, what I was trying to say was I feel like that because she's here, that's why we're getting all the Ozpin flashbacks. We did a separate video about Ozpin already, but because she's so old, she's probably seen a couple Ozpins, right? So I feel like her presence...
Because she clearly, like, she stayed on a train and then survived the train crash.
Yeah.
Entirely. So she's a badass.
She is not, like, she's not your grandmother.
She's gonna totally, like, Yoda out and do backflips. And
that's sort of the other thing, I think, is that she could be the grandmother. I'm not saying she's necessarily directly related to RWBY, but she could be the grandmother in Little Red Riding Hood. Does that make sense? Like, she could be sort of the representation, right?
But that's entirely possible.
And here's just sort of another thing that I want to talk about. I'm taking a fairy tale class this semester, as you guys may have heard, and we've sort of just discussed...
Whenever you're just like, Hunter, I don't see why you can't do more videos, like, and have good grades, because, like, I have great grades, I'm just like, you have a degree in fairy tales.
Like, no, it's not a degree, it's just one class.
We're doing real work over here.
Are you? I don't even know what you've been doing this semester, but we'll talk later.
Because I've been doing it and not been tweeting about it.
No. But I think that, you know, in the fairy tales class, we sort of have this discussion about how it's usually, like, the matriarchs in the family who would tell these stories. So, like, your grandmother, like, would get everybody from the village around by, like, the fire while they were eating dinner and, like, tell these sort of fairy tales, and it was always usually sort of old women that would pass down stories. You know what I mean? That they would be sort of the storytellers of whatever village or, you know, whatever was happening. And so we haven't actually, like, seen an old lady. Like, think about all the girl characters. There's not an old lady. Like, there's not any. You know what I mean? And so I think that, you know, with revealing Ozpin's past, which a lot of people have wanted for a long time and all that, she's sort of the perfect one to do it. Because if, you know, Ozpin has a bunch of these... What am I trying to say? A bunch of these versions of himself, like the King Arthur, and maybe the guy that was floating's more of a Merlin, sort of, the white-haired. He's sort of a Merlin, reference, you know what I mean? She is sort of the storyteller that is telling the fairy tales. Obviously, they're true, and in the context of RWBY, like, it's not like in-universe they have Beauty and the Beast, right? Like, it's not like that. But I'm saying that she, as a character, she's sort of the matriarch of the group now that is telling, like, passing down all these fairy tale. She's the mother figure that everyone needs right now, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm serious though, and I'm really excited for her character, and I think that's why, like, if she has silver eyes, she's gonna teach RWBY, right?
I hope
because
she doesn't get
you
annoying,
know what I mean?
though, you know?
What do you mean
I
annoying?
hope she doesn't become, like, an annoying, wily old woman. That's
I don't
just
think
like,
so.
I'm blind, help me. I hope you're just
I
don't know.
I think she can see if she went in the train car that was in the direction,
or
right?
I'm old,
like, she
I
has
don't know.
the,
I hope
she
that
has,
she has,
like, glasses.
I hope that she's not just wily and sage-like. I hope she's a little more
I think she's a
beyond
bit spunky. I think she is a bit spunky. I don't think she's gonna
spunky,
be...
But
I don't think she's gonna be, like, helpless, if that makes sense, right? I'm really sad about my relic genie theory, though. But this is a great opportunity for, you know, her to teach RWBY how to use her silver-eyed powers, if this is the case. And I think this is very clear symbolism, at least to me, right? And so, I don't know, I just think that that's super interesting, and it's gonna be super fun to kind of see that, and to kind of see how RWBY interacts with, I guess, like, an older female character, if you think about it. Like, Crow's her mentor, like, she looks up to Crow, but I think with all of the girls sort of having a grandma in the group, right? Like, maybe Weiss remembers, like, because Nicholas had to marry someone, that's how they got Weiss's mom, or whatever her name is, right? So, like, maybe Weiss has, like, some fond memories of her grandma, or even, like, remember a while ago, we found this picture in the Belladonna house, and we thought it was of Gira and Callie, but then we realized the guy had cat ears, so it wasn't him, and it was some sort of grandparent. Like, maybe everybody just feels, like, really nice and, like, at home with her, you know what I mean, with her around, especially, like, you know, Yang and RWBY that probably, you know, miss their mom, miss, like, a grandma.
She becomes, like, the matriarch.
Yeah, and I really like that, and I just love the idea of her training RWBY, just because if they do have the silver eyes in common, it's sort of like, I wish my mom was here to do this with me, and then we're all like, no, you know what I mean?
What if she's like, what if she knew her mom? What if
well,
Maria
that's
was
what
like,
that's what I'm getting at too, is I think that that's, like,
I remember Summer.
Right, because I'm not saying that all the silver eyes would have known each other, but remember that this is genetic.
She was
right?
a wonderful lady. You must be what's left.
Yeah. Remember that this is genetic, right? And so it's not like they're all related, but they're all related. Does that make sense?
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like, say that they are sort of a tribe and they share, like, the similar characteristics, right? It would have been like, you know, they have this genetic mutation. It's magic, but I'm just saying like that. And then they sort of repopulate, they split off into different groups, it's whatever. But I'm sure that they still would have known of each other. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like... Yeah, I feel like they would have known. Because somebody had to teach Summer, right? And so if she... Like, what if she taught Summer, and then Summer was supposed to teach RWBY, and then she didn't, right? You know what I mean? Like, right. You know what I'm saying, Hunter? I think that would be a really interesting idea, too, because I don't think this is RWBY's grandma or anything. But I'm saying, like, what if, like, somebody on Summer's side was supposed to teach her, right? Because it is genetic, but whoever was on Summer's side, they died, and so Ozpin got this lady, right? And so she's sort of like, you know, an adopted mom for Summer, if that makes sense. Like, this old lady basically just adopted Summer and all that.
What if she's like a villain, though? What if she's nefarious?
Well, we talked about that already in our other video, and I don't want that to be the case anymore.
Because they did say they were going to introduce a new villain. I thought it would be so much fun,
but now I'm like, no! Like, no, I don't want that to happen. Well, okay, when's the board game coming?
Fuck, I bought it, so you're
hoping.
Is
it not being shipped right now?
I thought it was gonna be July, but then it was like, no, October, like, November.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we're gonna find out soon based off of the board game.
Yeah.
Right, and so if she's in there, that would be a big giveaway, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna put a villain that we're gonna see soon. You know what I mean? Like, I can't see them spoiling it like that.
Maybe Neo? maybe
that's
new
what they
Neo
meant, you
is,
think?
yeah, maybe like there's two different villains and there's an old Neo and then there's a new Neo. Listen, you don't understand. We're gonna play that game when we get it.
I'm gonna figure out how to do all this so we can record it.
Yes.
Maybe a camera, like a tripod. And then we can, like, narrow it down. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I want to hear what you guys have to think. I think this is really good symbolism. I'm so excited to see her interact with everyone. And yeah.
My girl.
My girl. So we will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, I encourage you guys to become patrons over on Patreon. Patrons get a lot of different rewards ranging from early access to all of our videos up to a week in advance. $10 patrons actually get them sometimes weeks in advance or even like a month in advance. It depends on how much we record for. But also, all of our patrons get access to our Discord server, which is really cool if you guys want to talk to us in a more direct way. I obviously hang out a lot there. And there are just a bunch of other rewards that you guys can check out on Patreon. You guys can sort of see for yourself, and if you want to support us, you want to help us out, you want to see more videos like this and want to help keep us going, you guys would really help us out. So yeah, I hope that you guys will consider becoming patrons, and I hope that all of our patrons enjoy seeing their lovely names at the end of the screen, because we couldn't do this without them. So I will see you guys later. Bye.